The shadows are on your side as soon as the lights go down. Oh, yeah. Isn't that fun? Yes. Hi, folks. It's time for Saturday Live Chat. And here we go. This is where it's at. I'm getting more comments that people say I'm mentally ill. And if that's the case, then what are they? Let's unpack this one today. Let's have fun. My brain works really well. I'm not perfect and I'm not Einstein, but I managed to get through life. Even though I was dropped on my head at birth and, had a lot of struggles in life, I managed to still survive. It's interesting, the Bible says, though the righteous fall 7 times, yet we'll get up again. You get that? So people think Christians are supposed to be perfect. Christ is perfect. We put our faith in him, then we're there. We're there. Hi, Gabby. How are you? Hey, baby Ghosty. I hope you're doing okay, baby. Are you doing all right? It's a rainy day in Georgia all day. Thank you, Gabby. I'm having fun. Boy, I take a lot of heat every time I do that. I'm okay. People say I've got mental issues, that I need mental therapy, that I'm mentally unstable. Mentally unstable because I wear clothing. Now that's a new one. Now, if I was running out in the street in my residential neighborhood naked, I'd say there might be some mental problems. Baby Ghosty, I don't want to hear, I guess. What's going on? Talk to me, sister. Baby Ghosty, do you have a church that you go to at all? Do you have a pastor you can see? I would strongly recommend that over a mental doctor unless you've got something, it's a chemical imbalance. You're right, Gabby. I don't want to talk about that. It is a form of projection, what they're doing. It is a form of projection. Baby Ghosty, I pray that God would give you his peace, whatever you're going through. That he would give you the strength to face the day, your situation with your husband and everything else. Don't listen to the lies of the enemy. Don't do it. And we just pray, God, that you would be with baby Ghosty and help her to work through this, get through this. Lord, you know some of these psychologists and people can give false stuff. We pray, God, that you would lead baby Ghosty to you and your throne and to people that can truly help her. And we pray these things in Jesus' name. Amen. Hey, Bonnie, how are you? Baby Ghosty, I care. Life is hard. It's hard for every one of us. That's your cross to bear. Mine is all the other stuff I rant about and menstruate all over the internet. I just did the short of Man Eater. And I thought, we're going to have fun with this because God gave me ability to, wow, I missed all that hair. Really? I look at it and I study it and I still miss. I'll be right back. Shaved my arms and legs today. I cannot believe if the hair on my head grew as fast as my arms and legs, I would be sauce washed. That would be awesome. Truly awesome. Be gone, hair. So I thought we already dealt with you in the tub. Shadows are on your side as soon as the lights shouldn't say that. I did no projects at all. I went to the stores, got my food, went to vote. Man, they never tell us about these judges. We can't find out anything on these judges running. So whenever I see an incumbent judge, I vote in the other person. I always like what a guy said in Colorado. He says, vote out all the judges. Because they get in there and they sit in there and they soft on everybody. Cheryl's a good one. I wish she'd come into chat and join us. Tried the Soda Stream the Bridge gave me today, and it works. What a tread. Olives. Anybody ever heard of olives? All right, what do we got? Olives. Yeah, I love olives. She's on vacation in Utah. Baby Ghosty, we do care. This is a community. This is a community of people. Most of them Christians. And we do care. I went to the flea market today, didn't buy anything. Said hello to a few folks. Kind of slim pickings because of the rain today. People that are not under the roof were not there because who wants to set up the table out in the dry dirt and rain? Came home, did an Epsom salt bath. It's actually cool today. And the forecast for next week is going to be beautiful for May. The last 2 Mays here have been extremely hot. And this one's already starting out decent. The more cool weather we can have in May, that shortens up the summer with the intense heat. So I'm down with that. Baby Ghosty, thank you for coming in. And I don't know what's going on. I can't even begin to unpack that, but when you go through times like this, read the word and cry out to God. And you eat olives. Gabby, and I thank you for your acceptance. I love dressing up. No matter what people say, I love wearing different clothing. It's fun. Hey, Bruce. Hey, Drew. Tell you, these local yokels, I tell you, every town's got them. Back and forth, back and forth. Go to the house, leave. Go to the house, leave. You know, when I used to cruise, you leave the house and you cruise for a while. And all they want to do is be heard. I swear, if I'm mental, then what is everybody else? Hi, Typical Tiffany. How are you? Jeez, man. I guess it helps if I boil my water. Hello, Eddie. Hello, Scam. We are. But that's what I'm saying. If I am mentally ill, then what is everybody else that's calling me that? They're done. I mean, they're burnt toast as far as I'm concerned. Well, thank you, Scam. Hello, Max. How are you? Scam, where are you from? What state and what's your age, if I may ask? I like to know where everybody's calling from. Roll call. That's good, Max. Virginia, where are you at? Hello, Don. Yeah, because you know what? The rantings that I do on here are not the rantings of a madman. Newport News. You ever been down to Norfolk? They're burnt toast. If I'm mentally ill, I love it when people tell me, in this culture that we live in, if I dare to wear something different, I don't know if you remember this, but a long time ago, the SS United States just sat at dock there. Did you ever see that before it went to Philadelphia? Big, giant ocean liner just sitting there. They moved it to Philly, and last year in the spring, they moved it to Mobile to remove the stacks, take the portholes, anchors, everything. They're going to deep six it off the coast of Florida. Very sad. Did you? Yeah, that's cool. I never got to lay eyes on the ship personally. Hello, Colette. No, it isn't, Drew. And you look at some of these people. It's like we're drowning on ourselves. Hi, Joel. Yeah, Scam. How do you like Virginia? Do you like it? This is actually a top, and I have a slip on. And this is a top. It's probably for bedroom activities if you're a woman. But I like it. I like lace. Especially black. I think I rock it well. You know, it's so funny. People look at me and they think that I'm gay, and it's like, being feminine does not mean you're gay. Yeah, you know, what is iffy for you there? Well, that's cool. I bet you got to see some of that history. Hello, Ricky. No, I titled this message, If I'm Mentally Ill, What Are You? And I said earlier, you're burnt toast, because if I have the signs of mental illness in my rants, which I absolutely do not, then the people making those comments, you know, what I don't understand, and I'm going to say it, you say you're African American, but Virginia is mostly Democrat. So why is that the case? You follow me, Scam? Democrats are supposed to be pro-African American according to the Democrats. Why would you be denied opportunities? Oh, gotcha. Got you. Well, guess what? There's always a new start. And if you start with Christ, you're made brand new, and you're a new creation, and what is past, that's washed out to sea by his blood. I'm trusting both of them less, Scam. Both of them less. Well, thank you, Scam. It's good, and I encourage diversity to come, because one thing I don't like in this country is it's just everything's an encampment. Are you gay? Are you straight? Are you Democrat? Are you Republican? Are you Christian? Are you atheist? Are you LOB? Are you North Face? Are you Land's End? Do you buy Subarus? Are you Chevy? Are you Ford? How about none of the above? How about I'm an individual and I'm a multifaceted gemstone? What's D4VD mess? And Tiffany, how are you? Everybody's human, and we all forget that. So let's launch into that, okay? People come on here, they see me wearing feminine stuff. You got mental problems. It's amazing how fast that flings out of their heart. I have mental problems because I enjoy wearing feminine stuff. Anybody look at what Prince wore? Anybody ever see Michael Jackson in his different moods and things he did? Anybody look at Tyler Perry, otherwise known as Medea? And I bring this up all the time. All the time. The only difference is they made big money doing it. I did not. Divide and conquer. I put a label on myself. I'm a child of God. I am diversity. I am unique. That's right, Bonnie, and I agree. Scam, thank you for that. Bless you. And that's happened to a few people that come on here and go, oh boy, fruitcake. I don't like fruitcake either, so I don't do fruitcake. And I'm in touch with myself. There are men that would love to wear this stuff. They will not do it because of societal construct. And most people will not do what I do because they're afraid their family would find out. Oh, I would never get on YouTube and social media. I don't want my family to see what I believe. Oh, so your parents never get to know the real you? That's awesome. That's great. You know, you lived your whole life to say you did it their way. Wow. And I'm not like Frank Sinatra. I did it my way, but neither am I going to do it their way. I want to try to do it God's way, and that's the rub. That's hard. Where is the packet? Got to do like the cereal shut. Look at that. It's all the way down there. Remember when you were kids and you and your sisters would grab the cereal box, open it up, shove your hand in there to get the toy out? Yeah. My dad would get so angry. He says, I don't know who's going in there and getting the toy, but you make the box all fat and it won't close. From now on, no more. When you pour the cereal, whoever gets the toy gets the toy. Scam, one of the things that I like, I went to the flea market today. I went to Walmart, and I'm going to say this. You know, you've heard me talk about black issues and white issues, Asian. I lived in Hong Kong. I'm in Augusta now, Georgia, and several black women in the store, either workers or shoppers, would smile and say hello. One thing, and I went to Rose's, and there's a real pretty black woman around the register. She's a regular there, and I said, how are you? She goes, I'm good, and thank you for asking. Nobody says that. White women never, ever say to me, thank you for asking. And that's when it makes me realize there's an element in the black community that when you actually genuinely give a crap, that resonates. And I find that interesting because on my side of the fence, people tend to be very superficial. And that strikes me. Thank you, Tiffany. I appreciate that. Hey, Noah. Hey, did Tans come in here? Hi. That's right, Scam. And I'll tell you, I struggle because when I move down here, I see blacks that are racist and I see blacks that are good people. And I was kind of under the gun when I moved here because I worked for the transportation for Richmond County. And I saw a lot of stuff that really got under my skin. Favoritism, the other way. Good old boys club, the other way. People violating all the rules but not getting fired. And I'm like, what in the world? So yeah, it goes on both sides of the fence. And I don't like it. It's actually a top. This is a skirt. Or not a skirt, but a slip. And this is just a top. But thank you, I love the black lace on me. You know, Scam, and people like you and others can smell out fake. I'm one of them. I can tell when somebody's being fake. In my culture, it's the way they talk. It's the tone that they use. My friend in Cleveland and I were talking about this years ago, that many women, whether it's in a doctor's office or in a professional, they'll use child-directed speech to us men as their way of marginalizing us. And I'm like, oh, I hate that. That child-directed speech. Oh, I hate that. I agree, Noah, but man, they keep throwing that at me. Everyone has their extremes in every race. We are from two whole different walks of life, but I tend to gravitate toward unconventional people because they're usually more real. You know what? And so do I. Some of the best people I've met have been what society would label as misfits. Misfits. I appreciate y'all for coming in. It's a rainy night in Georgia. I feel like I am. Hey, Summer, good to see you as well, and thank you. But I feel like I am. We tend to be prisoners of what we've been through, and it's taken me years to bust out of jail. You know, my mother was abusive, and my mother's opinion of me weighed so strongly on me, even when I was far away from her. Oh, I'm a rebel. Hey, Thomas, that's why I do this. I like to do it. If I want to go to the store in this, I will. I'm not naked. I will. The only problem is this don't have pockets. And that's a problem because I am not going to carry a purse or a handbag. I go through Discord, and my Discord is 77 Titanic 77. I don't do email because I was hacked into by an 11-year still harassing troll. He was in here the other night. And he screwed that up when I linked it in with the PayPal years ago. So we don't do PayPal. And yeah. Yes, exactly, Scam. And you can send a friend request. I don't always talk on there, but I try to check messages daily and will respond. Noah, you are darn right. My battles don't negate that. That's right, Tans. Thank you, Scam. I appreciate that. And Scam, one of the things that's been in my mind is how do I be the kind of a person that bridges the gap and the gulf? And I moved out here, and there's still a gulf. You know, I didn't grow up in the South, so I'm not part of that whistling Dixie crap. I grew up in California, man. And then I lived in northern Minnesota, and people call me damn Yankee. I said, well, I'm not a Yankee because I'm originally a California boy, but I'll tell you what, I'm glad the North won because y'all had a problem down here and you needed a readjustment. And the North came and recalibrated things. My understanding of it, that it needed to be done. Slavery needed to end it, and the Southern BS needed to come to an end. And even though slavery ended, the mentality kept going on and on. But you got a lot of people in the black community here that are still playing victims, still, acting like they're on the plantation. I don't like that either. I don't like that either. Well, thank you. I want to see diversity come in. Not like what they're doing in the UK. Not like what they're doing in the US where they're bringing people that hate our country, hate our Constitution, hate our values. That's stupid. That's like allowing China to tour all our naval warships and submarines. Come on, boys, we'll show you everything. Why would you do that? It is. Scamming, at least you see it. I run into a lot of people out here. Oh, no. It's a one-way street. I've lived in Hong Kong. I grew up in LA. I lived in northern Minnesota, the land of the Stoics. You show an emotion or feeling and they look at you like, okay, that's kind of the Midwest. But I understand the heartbeat of this country the more I experience it. The only place that I've not lived in now, I've lived in the Pacific Northwest. I lived in the Southwest, California, and Arizona, Colorado. I don't care what anybody says. Colorado to me is not the West. It's very Midwest in a lopsided way. Minnesota, Michigan, Wisconsin, the Dakotas, that's the Midwest. And I have not lived in New England, so I've never experienced New England. I'm glad you stumbled onto the channel. It's always neat to meet people that are out of the box. Yes, Wisconsin is definitely Midwest. Dang cheeseheads. Speaking of cheese, I love me some cheese. Oh, I love cheese. This Aldi stuff is my favorite. American cheese sucks. The stuff they put on the school lunches, there's more crap in that. But this Aldi stuff is the real deal. Really, Tiffany, that's awesome. Thank you. You're right, Scam. And you're right. Got it. I won't respond now because I'm doing the live, but when I get down there and open it. Thank you, Crystal. Welcome to the channel. I have always felt, when I was growing up, I loved trucks. And in semi-trucks, tractor trailers, you had two kinds of trucks. You had conventionals, and then you had cab-overs. Cab-overs were the BJ and the Bear style with a flat front end. The conventionals were the Peterbilts and the Kenworth with the long hood out in front. Classic American trucks. Michael is not conventional, though. It's never worked for me. I'm practical, and I will reinvent a way. For example, when I went to measure lumber, I never learned how to read the measuring tape. I know what a quarter, half, 3/4, and an inch is. But all them little stupid hairy lines in between, I don't know what was an eighth in 30 seconds. So when I measured things doing this house, I'd say 80 3/4 inches and one line past. That's how I remember stuff. I found my own system. It's like the Chinese use the abacus to count stuff. And I learned to find a way to adapt. If I can't figure out something and it drives me nuts, I'll put it aside. And then it'll come to me. Well, thank you. Well, I don't know if I'm everything I want to be. I sure as heck don't want to be stuck in a warehouse. I'm 60, Scam. 60. 1966 model. And I'm in a warehouse. Hard work. I'm proud to be a work man, but if I have my dream job, I want to be in a studio. Studio B with Michael Nelson. I would love it. 1988. 1988. Wow. Hey, Combs, how are you? No, Crystal, I don't. I do not. And I've been blessed. But I feel changes, you know, when you get older, you feel the shift, the subtleties, the cautions that come in. For a minute, I'm like, Tiffany, you are not 93 years old. And I'm like, oh, 1993. Tiffany, you're 29 years old? Scam, and that's what I love. I could not make that happen. God did. This has just happened. Really? Wait a minute. 26, 93, hello. What am I thinking? I'm thinking 97. Duh. Michael, 7 plus 26. Figure it out. 33. Really? And that's only from God. Only from God. Are you serious? What is this? This came in something that Bridget sent me. Wow, you can still glowworm? This is old. You cannot still get an Atari. Look at this. You can still order an Atari system? No way, and look. That ain't no, is that? Yeah, it is the big wheel. What the heck? I never even looked at this. It's been sitting on my medicine cabinet here. I got an old doctor's office medicine cabinet in my kitchen. Speaking of which, I bought it from a black guy at the flea market. And he painted it all green. It was that white porcelain enamel. I like it. And it's got the little medicine bottles and the cotton swab holders and all that, Q-tips. Too good for me. Really? 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 You think you're all out on a stick, Tiff? Better not do that to me. What is this? Tip it. Look, how old is this thing? They do not have these things anymore. Simon. Remember that one? You hit the lighted bar? Battleship? Collect them all. The Magic 8 Ball. This stuff is old. Tetris, Life, Pickleball. That's still made a comeback. I never even heard of that until a couple of years ago. South Park. Care Bears. Oh, wee. Oh my gosh. They do not make things like they used to. Not at all. Oh, got you. She is cute. Scam. A lot of the women that come on here are cute. They're beautiful, actually. And it makes me happy to see pretty ladies show up here. And it makes me happy because it restores my faith that not all hot-looking women are dinglings. Because you get the impression they're all, airheads. They're not airheads if they're coming here listening to this. Kevin is a bot. He comes in here every day to say that. Let me see. Is that a bot? Let me look it up. Joined 6 years ago, 17 subscribers. Yeah, he says the same thing every channel. Every channel. It must be a bot. Yeah, milk's good with cookies, but sometimes we need steak, baby. I didn't even think there were bots. There used to be bots in Yahoo Messenger in the chat room. And I hated it. I used to joke in the chat room, anybody bring their can of bot repellent? It's getting pretty bad in here tonight. I'm using my full name, minus the middle. Hi, Lupe. Oh no, I was thinking Yahoo Messenger. The chat rooms. That might have been, well, no. I started using the chat right around, oh my gosh, 2008, 2009, all the way to 2013. I'm missing something here. Why can't you have social media? What does that have to do with probation? That's wild. Yeah, well, don't put your picture up then, because they'll find it. Really? Oh, there were young gals who would walk into our room and we didn't know it, and they'd engage in the chat, and then they'd send a PM and tell me, I'm like, whoa, honey, this is for adults. Gotta go. Yahoo was no safeguard keeping minors out of there. Yeah, I met some interesting cats online. Where did Scam go? Did he say goodbye and I missed it? Where did he go? Oh, he must have split. Check me out. He went out the room. I just had to say peace out. Hey, Colette. Oh, I missed that. I gotta go back. Where is... Oh, but y'all have a wonderful day. Okay, there it is. There it is. I'm like, people just disappear. There we go. The shadows are on my side as soon as the lights go down. I love Duran Duran. People laugh at me for that. Colette thinks that they're a, what was it? Poser band. Poser. Colette, why do you think Duran Duran's poser? They were good. I liked them. I did. I really did like them. Their music really resonated with me in high school. I liked their sound. And that was funny because the girls that were into Duran Duran loved it, that I liked Duran Duran. And all the boys used to tease me, oh, you like girl music. I said, Duran Duran is not girl music. And then one day, this gal came up. I was waiting for the bus, you know, my junior year. I had my boombox playing Duran Duran, and she goes, oh my gosh, you love Duran Duran. And I'm not being crude, but she was well endowed, she was good looking, and she came up and threw her arms around me, around my neck, pushed her bosom into my chest, and would not let go. And I'm just standing there with my boombox going, my friend Paul comes up and he looks and he's like, I said, she likes Duran Duran. And she held on to me for like 5 minutes. And she was hot. And I said, well, I better catch the bus. She goes, oh my gosh, I love you. You love Duran Duran. Paul says, wow, I guess I'm going to have to start getting into Duran Duran. Did you see the girl that was hugging on Mike because he likes Duran Duran? I said, girl music, huh? You got a guinea pig? Oh, that's cute. Oh, got you. Well, be careful, Crystal. Don't get yourself in a pot of water. Limp-wristed pretty boys. Oh, so what's wrong with me? What's wrong with me? Why did I like their sound? I like their music and their sound. Wild Boys, Union of the Snake, Shadows, Save a Prayer, Tiger Tiger. Man, they had a lot of good music. No, I did not start singing Come Undone. Hi, Optimistic Grouch. Hungry Like the Wolf. Rio. Her name is Rio and she dances on the sand. Just like that river winding through a dusty land. My plans? Shoot, the weekend's half gone now. The weekends suck for me because they go so fast. I do miss transportation because I had a lot of holidays and days off and I could rock out projects. I have been praying that God will open doors into something more suited for me. In His time, we'll see. I'm not going to fret and worry about it. Colette, you didn't like any Duran Duran at all. You absolutely hated them. Really? I was coming that close to going downtown tonight. just to get out of my funk. And I thought, I don't know if I want to do that. But there's really, they don't play good music at the place anymore. And it's just drinkers, and I don't drink, and people aren't sweet like they used to be. And yeah, it sucks. Well, thank you, Colette. Oh, cool, Lupe. Hey, you too, Crystal. Come back and see us, all right? Planet Earth. Yep, that was a good one. I'm gonna visit my friend. Gonna visit my friend. Oh yeah. Dang, the Ukraine has made the sunflower oil go up. I bought the bottle of sunflower oil. I'm really gonna get away from the canola oil because Colette scared me. She said it's terrible. And I believe it is. And I know people swap. I know sunflower oil is a seed oil, but sunflower seeds are good. They're not like crapola oil. Hey, Gabby. You have a good... Oh, you're in Africa. That's right. Gabby, thanks for coming in. You have a good evening and be safe. Where did Tiffany go? What'd you say to her, PB&J? Did you run her off? Don't be doing that now. Be nice to the girls. The shadows are on your side. I love good music. It just gets into my heart, soul. Heart and soul. La da 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 da. La da 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 da. La da 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 da. Was it B. Swain? She sang that, and it's one version that did not have the piano in it, and it actually had words. Tans, how are you doing? I didn't find any treasures today at the flea market. I saw a guy riding a three-wheeled bicycle, the old style ones, there, and I said, now that is a cool bike. And it was brand new looking. I didn't know they were still making those. They almost look like the beach cruiser, except it's got the two wheels in the back and the basket or the little cargo thing. Did y'all see something in Africa? They're telling all the immigrants to get out, and they're carrying swords and stuff. Yikes. They're carrying swords, or not swords, but what are they? Spears. I'm like, ooh, that's looking pretty ugly. And by immigrants, I'm curious to know who are they referring to. Are they talking about British and people who've lived there for, 100 plus years? when they were colonized. So they talk about modern. What are they talking about? Heart and soul. The world is unrest, baby. I just think it's hard to tear open. Get that hot water out of there so I don't burn myself. We needed the rain. I'm very pleased with that because that goes a long way in fire prevention. And make my lawn look green again. The sun's trying to come out after the day's almost over. Trike bite, yes. I'm all right, Towns. No, on my best behavior. Hello, silly old me. How's life? How is life in silly old me, Pennsylvania world? So back to my title. People come in and say I'm mentally ill, there's something wrong with me. Somebody said the other day when I had the picture with me wearing the magenta tube top, and I like that photo with the tree and the green and the red and the house and all matched, and said that I was blasphemous. So wow, people are so sweet in their assessment of me. It's just, I'm blasphemous. I wasn't cursing God or cursing his name. I just took a picture of myself. Hi, Liz. How are you? Liz is the other okay UK lady. Nothing like sitting in the tub today. Man, I feel so good. Just a soak. Got a call, there you are. I wonder what happened to you. Well, thank you, silly. You know me, I gotta, push the dress envelope. Do you work there? Is the spa, does it have hot springs, Liz? This is what I wish I had money. I'd like to spend a year in Iceland. Find one of those thermal springs, wait for the snow, go out there and sit down in that spring with the snow falling and enjoy the hot water. Go, that would be awesome. You have hot springs in the UK, really? Natural hot springs? You know, Tiffany, I just do this. 1 box of Annie's pasta, 1 bag of bird's eye vegetables with the chestnuts, the water chestnuts, carrots, snap peas, broccoli, and a can of tuna, and foie 1 pot surprise. Can't have the tuna. I like tuna because it's chicken of the sea, man. But I do like chicken too. That's right, you said that yesterday. You get this? Purdue's the best brand of this, by the way. This is the best stuff. In fact, I'm going to put this in here and eat it tomorrow. Just eat it. Just eat it. You bought tuna cans yesterday, Lupe? Olives and avocado are the best. Damn, can't smell. Hi, Catherine. Olives, avocados, Annie's pasta, tilapia, chicken thighs, fried rice, Asian style, a good steak once in a while. Love baked potato. Oh yeah, I'm Irish and I love me potatoes. Greg, it's hard for me to know what it is. Tiffany, wow. You hate olives. Now, I don't like the green ones. The pimento ones, yuck. Man, I read that. I could just picture, don't judge me for that. As long as I wouldn't have to get all cans of olives out of my house. I don't like Monsanto's, Greg. They're evil. They're evil. They have done great damage to our society. Fake meat. Wow. All right, Tiffany. You know I love my olives. Did you know the best diet in the world is Mediterranean? No joke. Mediterranean. Now, I have not told you this, but I would love to live on the Mediterranean. Mediterranean would be just an awesome place to be. What's in a McDonald's that makes it last over 3 hours without 3 years without? That's gross. Oh, I didn't know you were vegetarian, Tans. Well, forget about taking Tiffany to Club Med. That blows that cruise out the window. How many crayons did I have for breakfast? I think I ate the yellow one in my cheese. Oh, I can take you to Texas Roadhouse where steak is $40 now. Texas Roadhouse is good. I have not been there in years. Hello, Johan. I have not seen you in like moons. Yep, you know me, Johan. When I get on a roll, I shut down the chat. Stand back. Turbos are spooling. when the CEO didn't want to bite the new arch sandwich. Don, how are you? No, I know. How have you been, Johan? It has been a minute. We're all talking about food, and she's eating KFC. Just like that. Now listen, Don. I'm concerned about those battered chickens. You got to stand up for the rights of battered chickens. You got the deal bucket with sides. So how much is that now? How much is the deal bucket? Thank you, Johan. To stop giving out peanuts at the tables. 20 in person. So what comes with the bucket deal now? How many pieces of chicken? 24 on delivery. I tell you what, Uber Eats is cashing in. People would rather pay extra and tip than go and get it. I ain't that rich. Too much. Well, KFC is gold plated. 4 sides, 4 biscuits. So you get the coleslaw, the mashed potatoes. But they still have the little corn on the cobs. The fried chicken did the Crisco disco. My VHS recorder in the case with spare tapes. You were born at almost the tail end of VHS. Was it 92? 91, 92? AFV came out with Bob Saget. America's Funniest Home Videos. Got you, Don. Well, it makes it convenient. Soaking dried chili pods and garlic cloves. That sounds good. I don't know how to say it. Is that quiet? Quiet? RMCAD. Tell me what that means, if you don't mind. Which show? Heart and soul. You told me you hated olives. Now you like olive oil. This is why we need to talk about mental illness, people. Yep. Oh, AF. I'm sorry. I was just talking about it. See, I changed gears so fast, I lost my own. Heard it from a friend who, heard it from a friend who, heard it from another, you've been messing around. Bob Saget was a good host. I wish I could eat garlic bread. I can't have wheat, but garlic bread is the bomb. So is banana bread. So is pumpkin bread. REO Speedwagon, I had that album, High Infidelity. Looking back, how things have changed just in my life. We had 8-track in the car. We had LPs, 45s, 78s. And you look at, now they don't make records. They don't make 8-tracks. They don't make cassettes. They don't make CDs. And now, I remember as a kid, you went to the record store. You heard that song on the radio? I'd get on my bike and go buy the cassette or the album. Oh my gosh. Think of all the businesses that have disappeared because of technology. Blockbuster, gone, poof. You get a snowstorm in Duluth or anywhere, you grabbed a Blockbuster and you ordered pizza. And that was considered living a dream back in the day. I don't believe they do, Tans. I used to have a collection of albums, collection of cassettes. Remember when they came out with the micro cassette recorder? Those were cool. Somebody in Mammoth High School sold me their Sony Walkman. To have a Sony Walkman then? Yeah. Then they came out with the Ghetto Blaster. I loved Ghetto Blasters. I miss Ghetto Blasters. Bridge, because of you, I had Bubbly Burst today. That's awesome. I loved boomboxes. I love music anyway, but I loved the boombox. Portable, you could carry it. And I always played it loud, and I thought it was so cool carrying it and playing it loud. Oh my gosh, and they're gone. Some people still have them. How many of them work anymore? Can you get parts for them anymore? Probably not. How many Ghetto Blasters did they make? So many different kinds. I had a huge Magnavox that had 3 massive speakers across the front. The cassette board was in the upper left. It had AM, FM, and shortwave radio. Took 8D batteries to power that bad boy. I'd lay it on its back on the bench seat of my truck. People thought I had a stereo in the truck. That thing was so loud and beautiful sound. Oh man, I'd put on DeGarmo and Key with the drums. And I remember my friend Victor, man, I'm in Napa Auto Parts and you were at the light. Said you could hear the drums and the cymbals and everything. Mike, what kind of stereo? I said, there's no stereo in that 72 Dodge. It's a boombox. No way, I gotta see this. He puts it up on his shoulder. He goes, man, that thing rocks. That was kind of the end. When they came out with that, then the boombox started to just... I remember the ones with the TV. Oh my gosh, Greg, I remember Kiefer back in the 70s, 80s. I used to love that stuff. Really, Tiffany. I know, Tans, you're right. You realize you can go to Rome and there's columns and Corinthian capitals of old temples still standing. Everything we're doing could be erased by an EMP. We don't build buildings to last like the big stuff in Rome back in the day. We don't build anything. And the message that I want to communicate is that with me and all of us, only what we do for Christ is going to last. That's it. That's it. Do you ever drink the acidophilus milk and stuff, Greg? I remember when they started adding that in the milk years ago. What is that little ditty? Only one life will soon be past. Only what's done for Christ will last. I can't believe it still works. What I'm finding out now as I get older, even with trucks and cars, time destroys parts. Plastics wear out. Electronic stuff. Where I work, I pull parts that are old. Some of them are no good, and I have to find the good ones. I have to tell my boss I found 3, and they want 20. I said the Georgia heat and humidity has destroyed these things. I boxed up an order for hub seals. Still in the original wax paper, the little rings. Dated 1975. I'm like, oh wow, I had to open the box, make sure there's no rust on them. Hello, stands for vendor. Oh, sorry, Tiffany. Tans, you have that too? I didn't know my eating was bothering you. What is misophonia? What is that? Good. I was starting to feel self-conscious, Tabs. I was starting to get heart palpitations and feel insecure. Look, my dad had all his back molars gone because he didn't take care of his teeth when he was young. As a kid, he chewed everything at the front of his mouth. And this is what it sounded like. I was like, that is really getting on my nerves. I never said anything because I was afraid of my dad. I always laugh when I watch people eating and ladies hold something like this. They got that little pinky all the way up in the air. I can't even do it. This pinky's all the way up in there. Thank you, Don. You don't do that? Most women I see, they got that pinky straight up in the air, and they hold it all dainty. Me, I'm more caveman about things. I don't buy porcelain cups. I got some given to me. One was by E-Rock and his wife from Greenwood, or Greenville, South Carolina. But I like this. I like something I can grab. I'm not one of those, like the women when they have their mug of hot chocolate and they hold it like this. Oh no, I've got it out to here so I don't burn myself. No, it's just notable how different men and women are and how they do things. But Paul, I don't think I look like an old lady. I don't know where you get that. I don't know any old lady wearing this. Did you wait 5 minutes to sub just so you can make a dumb comment? Hi Sherry, how are you? Lampshade hair, huh? No. Guess what, dude? I'm 60. This is thick red hair. Natural color. What are you? How old are you? How old are you? Lampshade hair, huh? You want to see this? Little man, check this out. Can you do this at your age? I don't know if you're old or young. I'm thinking you might be living in mommy's basement. But yeah, I just had that cut in September. So you think that's a lampshade, huh? I'm growing it back, by the way. Thank you, Don. Dear God, I'm so old. He's bald. Is he bald? Really? And he's giving me crap? Look, at least it ain't spray on hair. Welcome to chat, Paul. You got me a little bit off kilter for a minute, but we'll give you a chance. I look like an old lady, huh? Really? Do I? Oh, well, let's see. How old are you? You won't tell us your age. Let's talk about old. Let's talk about old, Paul. I'm 60, just so you know. You have a body like this? Do you? Look at that. Still ripped, still good. So, you were saying? You got a belly that could store enough grain for the chickens? Or, you got spray on hair? What do you got going on? If I get this strap figured out. There we go. You better not be drooling. Because I don't want no man drooling over me. Only the pretty ladies in the house have that permission. Miss L. Oh my gosh. She exists. She came from beyond the stars and entered into my galaxy after being gone a long time. But I'm not a cross-dresser, Paul. I'm not. I don't even wear a cross. I just do me. Hi, Batman. How are you? Oh, Paul, yes. Did you know you can be a Christian and wear different clothing? Did you know that? Show me in the Bible where it says in order to be saved. What does it say? For God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, that whosoever believeth in him should not perish, but have everlasting life. Hey, Richardson, 12-hour days. Girl, I'm not doing that at 60. I'm not doing 12-hour days. I remember when I drove the school bus in Minnesota, I drove buses 7 days a week. Long hours, just because I love driving the bus so much. Yes, Tiffany, exactly. Paul, you know, I bet you if I got to meet you for just a day, I'd find all your quirks, your unpleasantries, and your sins. What do you want to bet? You think you're perfect? You know, I got you beat, Paul, because I walked on Lake Superior in 1994. 2 miles out on Lake Superior. Did you ever do that? I mean, I admit the ice was 3 feet thick, but I did walk on it. Well, thank you, Don. You know what? And we all have. Thank you, Michelle. I like it too. I think I rock it. And Paul tell me I look like an old lady. I bet you I can run down the street faster than you can. Did you model your own house by yourself? Ever? Did you have a deuce and a half and manually shift it? I did. I'm not little, Paul. I'm 60. Thank you, Miss Al. Five eight, Dawn. Dawn, you're just the right size. Most of the women I dated in Asia were 4'9", 5'1". I was always told with the gals, they want a man to be bigger than them so they feel secure in their arms. Tiffany, I'm not making fun of you, but I do have humor. You'd be the person, if you got under my skin, I'd have a loudspeaker under your bed, and I'd play a recording of somebody going, and you'd be like, no! Tiffany, I'm playing with you. It was a joke. You know I wouldn't do that. Mufasa Papa Jake, you're funny. Hi, Kimberly Leaf. How are you? Look at Seth, the ice cream man, aka toilet seat man. Sometimes I watch him because it just blows me away. Like, this guy just keeps going like the Energizer Bunny, making weird sounds, doing weird things, and they love him. Mac and cheese, veggies and tuna mixed. Oh, you missed the best era of the hair bands, typical. Yeah, I always make my own bachelor goulash. I like to put all 4 food groups into my dinner. Mixing stuff is awesome. And I hit the mother load today. The mother load. I bought 3 big bags of ginger chews. Paul, I don't read anything into the necklace. I did not see Jesus' face in the taco. My thought life is interesting. I think about how could I conceivably raise the wreck of the Titanic and preserve it so we could enjoy it. I think of stuff like how could I reach the hardest to reach people for the truth. I think of how am I going to deal with the idiot at work that I can't stand, and I'm praying that he'll leave. That's what I think about. I don't give any thought to this. You know what? Tomato soup and grilled cheese sandwiches were the bomb. Oh yeah. 100% natural. These are called Prince of Peace. See if you can see it. Oh, gotta get the screen share off. Prince of Peace. I don't know if it's gonna show up. Huh. Hey, Mark, you have a good one. Thanks for coming in. Paul, what do I believe about me? You ever heard the song Lonesome Loser? That's me. But he still keeps on trying. Anything that I have that's worth anything is because of God and God alone. Oyster crackers were my favorite as a kid. No, Tiffany, I joked with you, but I would never do something. Somebody has a struggle with something, I'm very tender to them about that. I'm a jokester, but I would never joke purposefully where somebody was hurt. That's not my style. Now, if somebody's being a buttosaurus and they get on my nerves and they push, then I will say something that will make them go, wow, Mike. Wow, dude. You've been doing this day after day, and I say something about her. I want to think about backing up. Paul didn't tell us how old he was or where he was from. I remember rye bread. Hey, shake A. Or is that shock A? 31 UK. Do you know Tan's here? She's from the UK. Liz Horseman's from the UK. We got a lot of UK people. You need to straighten up, man. The Tans and all them are good people. What happened to you? Did the British government do an experiment on you and it went bad? Do you ride a foldable bike? I knew a guy in the UK that rode a foldable bike. He used to come into Yahoo Chat years ago. He used to crack me up. He could be pompous and a jerk, but I would talk to him and he was pretty cool. Middle of a psyop? All right. God is on your side? Are you sure about that? I don't think God is on our side. I think we are either on God's team or we're not. God ain't always into my little arena of crap, but he has me in his hand. I think sometimes God looks at us the way the parents look at a kid. You know, the kid comes out of the store and you saw them dang gumball little plastic bubble with the toy in it, the machines. Then the kids are, Mommy! No, that's crap. We're not getting it. We're the same way with God. Oh, I want that 4x4 with the lift kit. I want this, I want that. And God's going, that's crap. Let's go. But God, babies. We are. There's a spiritual analogy. I'm sure God looks at us suddenly and just says, children. I was at the flea market one day, and my neighbor over here is Jamaican. He's got a couple sons. And the younger boy smarted off the older, and the one smacked him on the backside, and the other one said, you know, and Dad looked at them and he looked at me and says, these kids, man, you never know what's going on in their brain. I started laughing. Oh, that's cool, Noah. Come back, hurry back. Typical Tiffany. Silly old me, yes. We are like that. If we have enough time to distance, for example, I remember when I was in school in the early 80s, and they came out with them little furry koala bears with the arms that you squeeze the shoulders and the arms open and you could clip it on stuff. I had to have that stupid koala. Everybody did. And it takes on a life of its own. I mean, kids, they get so into something. And then the kids started buying Mammoth Mountain dark blue sweatshirt jackets with the hood and the elephant, the woolly mammoth on skis. And I had to have that. And when I got it, I wore that thing with pride, even when I moved to Prescott. And somebody there said, oh my gosh, in the high school, did you come from Mammoth? I said, yes. She goes, I love Mammoth. I ski there. We became friends. Melissa Moritz. I remember her well. She had the biggest chest of any high school girl I'd ever seen. And everybody said that. She was beautiful. She was a very nice gal. And it's funny, I remember all this stuff. But, you know, I look back and we're so caught in it. I don't want a koala bear that squeezes and grabs on things now. As we age, as we go through life, you look back and go, man, I tripped over that. Tripped! Really tripped. It's called growth, man. Yes, Shake, that's right. Bonnie! Thank you. I wanted a deuce, and I enjoyed it for a minute. Then there were struggles with, repairs are expensive as all get out. Wow. I'm glad, even if it was only a short time, I got to experience things. Please, people, do not let things own you. Always remember that. Does it own you? Or do you hold it loosely? I remember Pastor in Prescott one day was talking, and they were talking about someone in the church. And he said, they said all he does is go on about that pickup truck of his. And he goes, and the pastor said, that's because that pickup truck has become his God. And I'm like, ooh, he nailed it. And people can say what they want, but sometimes our interests really cloud out God. Really cloud out God. Because we get so OCD over it. I had to have Merlin. What else did I have to have so bad? Oh, my boombox. Oh, my boombox. I had to have my boombox. Had to have the Sony Walkman. We get caught up in stuff. Caught. Like a spider builds a web for a fly. Zzz, zzz. I always love that. Fly gets stuck in the sticky. And the spider just sits there calmly going, when you're done spinning around over there, and you get good and stuck in there, then I'm going to come and eat you. Fly. I think that's awesome. Anything that kills flies, I am for. I would like the following things wiped out from Earth. Well, mice, rats, mosquitoes, fire ants, flies, cockroaches. Any questions? Didn't think so. They serve no purpose to me, but I'm not God. They're only stewards. And I've always wanted a house, and I have a house. But guess what? There's a law that takes place in every one of us. And it's called the law of, okay, you got the house, now what? Man, it's big. I don't have anybody to enjoy it with me. And when you had when you had a woman, what was that like? Hell. Friction, problems. And I tell you what, when you look at humanity and you look at people, God's given me enough to keep my house and my life afloat. And what did Paul say? With food and clothing, let us therewith be content. Most of us in Western cultures have more than food and clothing, and we're very discontent. Isn't that the truth? Lunatic. Hey, you know what, Paul? I was one that escaped the asylum over there in Bath when they shut it down, and you just didn't know it. And I swam all the way across the Atlantic and ended up here. Hi, Gypsy Princess. You're all right, Paul. I got you now. We'll just have to make sport of you on occasion. Take care, old chap. Don't be too hard on the fact your hair's falling out. But you're all right, mate. Cheers.
How long? Bluetooth.
Like, we used to, the British, that old bloke. That guy's an old bloke. I love that. Mentally medicated. Yep. Prozac. ADD meds. Ritalin. Down Agra. I'm on none of the above. Isn't that fun? I don't take any meds for nothing. My mental faculties are just fine. I'm just different. That's all. You got a full head of hair? Well, yeah, wigs can make it look like that, Paul. Wigs. have to remember when I have a slip on, I have to sit like a woman because my underwear will show. At least they're not panties. Tans, are you having fun? I'm having fun at Paul's expense. If you don't eat your meat, you're not going to get your pudding, Paul. So you better eat your meat if you want your pudding. Pink Floyd, man, that's classic. Thanks for coming in, Paul. I needed to laugh. You got me rocked out of my seriousness for a minute. I needed that. Have you ever had Welsh rabbit, Paul? There's nothing Welsh in it and there's no rabbit in it. Why did they call it Welsh rabbit? There's no darkness here, buddy. The light is on. I'm honest and open about everything. And you know what? I love women. I love God. And I like being eccentric because it makes people go. Sometimes you got to rock the Casbah. Know what I mean? And I like rocking the Casbah. Needs to be done. Miss L, you still in here? She working 12 hours. I don't reckon she has time for anything. Probably goes home, inhales dinner, hits the shower, and goes straight to the bed. 12-hour shifts suck. I did it on the school bus when I was a monitor, but that was okay. Because it's not hard work. You're dealing with difficult kids, but you're just sitting in a seat and riding most of the time. Thank you, Tans. I wouldn't have it any other way. Did you give it to your brother? It's always interesting when an old bloke stumbles into the room. Hi, Denise. How are you? Welcome from the UK. We're getting all the fun UK people in. I love this. We pray for the UK. We pray all the time with your woke Starmer and all the crazy stuff they're doing to you people. I feel for you, man. We may be America, but you guys are welcome in my world any day. That same crap they're doing over there, the leftists are trying to do over here. Oh, got it, Paul. My bad. No, jabbing is good. I picked up on it. We roasted each other rather splendidly, if I say so myself. All in the spirit of valor. I'm a damn colonist and you're a damn Brit. And that's just the way it is. Northeast UK. Now, I wish I was rich enough to own an island and we could have everybody move there and it's self-sustaining. Wouldn't that be cool? We'll call it Tanzania. Oh, wait, they already got one. Tanzania. Hi, Finley. How are you? Pretty soon I'm going to have a radio station. Good morning, UK! Coming to you from the DMZ and the demilitarized zone and the communist zone and the Everything you say is offensive zone and the politically correct zone and the no spin zone and the your government sucks zone. Oh my gosh, everybody from the somebody put up a billboard on one of the highways and said, Mike Nelson's chat open. That's awesome. They lied to you, GI. Look, Paul, everybody's a liar these days. But we like people from the UK, Australia, New Zealand, Scotland, Ireland, Canada, and Aussie. Colette, are you still in the house? County Durham, come visit. Man, if I went to the UK, I'd have a bunch of people to see. I got a friend, well, shoot, I lost touch when I dumped my Facebook. Maurice knew me from my other channel. I forgot where he lives in the UK. But he said he would take me to the salt marshes, the song that Thomas Dolby sang called Oceania. It's a beautiful, beautiful area. Oh, I know, Paul. I liked Robin Williams did a movie with that. Good morning, Vietnam. Yeah, that was funny. Yes, you say it every day. It's so funny. You're stretching in your bed and you leave the voice message. Good morning, Vietnam, Michael. So cute. You know, Paul, we inherited something from your country that I consider a treasure. The Queen Mary, docked in Long Beach. Look at this, Paul. I went to the flea market and found this. This is a real photo of her in Long Beach. This was the pride of your country at one time. Now a museum and a hotel. I love the old liners, Paul. That was a cool ship. That brought most of our men and the Queen Elizabeth with her to the war front in World War II. Fascinating stuff. I still love old ships in the sea. Brandon in County Durham. I met a guy in Hong Kong from Bristol. Where's Bristol located? I don't have a world atlas at my disposal. I'm in heaven. Dancing cheek to cheek. If you're blue and you don't know where to go to, why don't you go where fashion sits? Putting on the Ritz. Don G! Hi, Debbie. How are you? I want to go visit Tans and we could have a spot of tea and talk about the trifles of life through the whole day. Well, thank you, Debbie. Likewise. Oh, Don G, if only I had a dance partner. Now, when you see me, I just do my own thing. I've never been able to do line dancing and tango and waltz, and I just free spirit. Dress up like $1 million trooper, trying hard to look like Gary Cooper. Super duper. Paul, probably not. I might have it in my luggage because I've seen it in Tanz's place. She would have no problem with me being at ease in her house like this. I'd need security. Paul, I thought that they supported all that weird behavior down in the streets in London. Wow, when did you see them, Don? That had to be a while ago. Papa, what are you laughing about over there? Shoot, I could walk through the streets of London like this, and they'd all go, okay then. I don't like what's happening in the UK. Them political crazy people are mussing it up. I don't like it. I like the UK that always was. Brighton. How come you can't have your cell phone out? Is that not allowed? Oh, Paul, never mind that. I'm not gay, bro. I didn't know they were still performing, Don. Gordon Lightfoot was here 2 years ago, and I should have gone. He died last year. One of my favorite artists. Paul, tell you what, I'll go through there wearing my black jeans and my manly wear, and you can walk through there in negligee, and you let me know how it goes. I'll follow from a distance with a video camera and put it on YouTube and go, this is Paul. This is Paul in Brighton. This is Paul in the LGBT part. Paul's wearing a negligee, high heels, and a purse. Really, Tans? Casey and the Sunshine Band was good. You could sing to their stuff. Paul, I'll use you as the guinea pig. And I'll have a big old bullhorn. Hey, everybody, welcome Paul, the LGBT community, please. He loves you all. I would love to do that and film that crap. People might, you know what you're doing, right? Yeah, I know exactly what I'm. They're going to go after him. Well, I don't want him to get hurt. Max, they're dropping like flies. When that stupid Chinese spy balloon that Biden just airheaded didn't do anything, flew all across the nation over military sites, doing their surveillance. How do you let a spy balloon just drift across the entire nation? Take it out. I took screenshots of it and I wrote in Chinese characters and I wrote Chinese SHIT balloon, posted on Facebook, and everybody's laughing. I thought that's when I wish I had an ability to make movies. And I could just see these top generals sitting in their office, and out the big window behind them, you see this Chinese spy balloon, and boss, what's that? And the music comes on. Wouldn't you like to ride in my beautiful balloon? What the hell is that? That'd be funny. Debbie, what are you in the UK too? Why? I like it. It's comfy. It's hot in Georgia. It's cool right now. We're having unseasonably cool weather, which I'm thankful for. But in the summer, the humidity and heat, when I come home from work, I'll have to peel my pants and shirt, my undies, and my socks off. That's how wet it is here. I work in a warehouse, no AC and heat. So whatever the weather is, the only exception is I'm in the shade. The motor in. Mind the grab. That reminds me, Tans, when I lived in Hong Kong and I'd ride the MTR, which is their version of the subway, and it pulls up to the platform, the doors go, whoosh. Please mind the gap. You could still see the effects of British colonization in Hong Kong. Mind the gap. When I was in the 80s, we loved the UK. We thought UK women were cool. All the hair bands came out of the UK. Life was awesome. The UK was still a cool place with double deckers and 10 Oxford Street and Big Ben and people trying to get the guards to laugh or snicker or something. Now it's turned into a clown show. Leftist craziness. Well, thank you, Paul. I'm glad we christened you properly, you old bloke. Yes, it did. Don, they gave us good stuff. Electrolyte Orchestra, man. I wish. How are you, SJ? My favorite song by Led Zeppelin is All of my love, all of my love, all of my love to you. You're okay-ish. I'm all right. Mick Jagger, the Beatles. I did not know Ozzy was from there. I should have known that. Duran Duran, which Colette hates. Madonna was US. Cyndi Lauper was US. U2. Loved U2's original stuff. Sunday, Bloody Sunday. All is quiet. Oh, New Year's Day. I play that song every New Year's. U2 was awesome. I don't like their more modern stuff. I like their raw old stuff. They were just, so many bands were better in their beginnings than later. They had to keep up and they just lost something. But when they first started, they were legendary. The Beatles. Paul, what kind of music do you listen to? I like Depeche Mode. Music is awesome, Donji. It's helped me as well. Kick Jagger. Kick Jagger was once engaged to my mom's cousin. Really, Tans? What a small world. Kick Jagger. I thought you were being insultory. Ba-da-da, da-da-da, 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 da-da-da. I love that song. I think the video was shot in the UK by you two. Pride. In the name of love. What more in the name of love? Hi, Carl. How are you, man? Wow, Tan, small world. In Excess was good. Liked them. Echo Go Go. I love the Police, Spirits in the Military World. That was one of my favorite songs. But that wasn't the UK. Sting, well, wait a minute. Sting was born in the US or was he from UK? You guys got to help me on that. Men at Work was Australia, so was Little River Band. Oh my gosh, and I love both of those. Little River Band is legendary. Look around, be a part. Take time to make time to be there. And I love you, babe. You're not like the rest. Be there when I need you, be there when I need. I'm gonna need you. So Sting, he was from the UK, and then when he formed the Police, that was US? That's right, Don. Yes, Max. They were big, too. Now, Fleetwood Mac wasn't from the UK, was it? I thought that was distinctly American. I was told the best drummer was the drummer on Rush. My favorite song by Rush was Subdivisions. Accurate words. Gotcha, Paul. I'm okay. I didn't see it. I see it now. I'm not into EDM. Some people are into that. The younger set likes it. I liked techno, club, Coldplay. Oh my gosh. I love clocks. Lights go out and I can't be seen. Try and I try to swim against. Poke me down upon my knees. Oh, I beg and plead, saying, come out with things unsaid. Shoot an apple off my head. Good stuff. When they came out with that song, I had to go get the album. I am not familiar with Cliff Richards, believe it or not, Towns. I liked Def Leppard. I was not into metal, But I did listen to Van Halen. What song did I listen to? It's a good one. I listened to it several times today. But I like their Jump in Panama. Really, Tans. Now I can't see you being a leopard girl. She had a wild side. Hunter, no. I'm into women. Van Halen had some good licks. Junior's grades was hello, Julian. Welcome from Brazil. La da 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 da. La da 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 da. La da 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 da. La da. Love that song. Love that song, Brazil, the old original. That is uniquely Brazil, too, Juliana. I love that song. That piece of music goes back. I have an appreciation for cultural and good stuff around the globe. That song, Brazil. Dun 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 dun. That has just got a cadence to it that doesn't quit. I love it. Julian, it'd be awesome to see it. Rio, just say to see the view from Rio. You in? Is that where you live? Is Carnival? Oh gosh, Paul, I can't think offhand. There's been many songs that have spoken to me. When I went to the Philippines in 2018 to see Gloria, the gal I met on Facebook, and I said, I'm not going to marry you. Call it an international date. I need a vacation. We've been talking here. I just want to go and meet you and your family and enjoy 2 weeks. And the song by Al Stewart, The Year of the Cat. Al Stewart was from the UK. Jerry Rafferty was from the UK. Both of them were absolutely wonderful musicians. Baker Street by Jerry Rafferty, one of my favorites. Hey, Sam Woods, thank you. I'm all right. How are you? You doing all right? Hello, Julie. Welcome. La, 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 la. It's when music had so much depth and romance. You just feel Brazil with that piece. Juliana, what time is there right now? It is 6:30 p.m. here in Georgia in the U.S. Well, Sam, thanks for coming in. Hi, Sir Jacob. How are you? Just so you know, I'm wearing Old Spice. I use Old Spice, but I started using this a couple months ago. I like it. I think this is a little bit better than the Old Spice. And then I bought this today. It's actually for her. I thought I'd try a new one out. Kenneth Cole has some good body sprays, but this is called Black. Helicopters always flying under my house. You guys spied on me, man? Helicopter loiters over my house. They're probably doing thermal imaging. He's in the southwest portion of the house. Roger that. Thermal imaging. He's the only one in there. He's the only one that got heat waves coming. Don't quit. Roger that. Duly noted. This is good. And Dollar Tree has these sprays. Speaking of Brazilian mist, Juliana, look at that. Brazilian mist spray. I like to smell good. West wing of the home. Them dang helicopters are watching me. Is it a Black Hawk? Roger that, Black Hawk down. Are we doing reconnaissance? I don't think so. No survivors. Kenneth Cole is very good. I've also got this one. PB&J. The Hyperviolet's good. Oh, I could just douse myself in this. I found out something, by the way. One of the guys that works, he came in, smelled like he had perfume on. I said, is that cologne or perfume? He said, it's cologne. They're changing the colognes to be more feminine, which I like. I don't like man colognes. I never did. They're too musky and too... And I'm hearing women say they like the feminine smells on us. It turns them on more. So, hey, bring it, baby. Bring it. And this I got at Rose's. This is not Kenneth Cole. Vanilla. Warm vanilla. Look at that. Really, PB&J? Are they coolly receptive? Let's go outside. All the neighbors have their binoculars and telescopes set up to see when the freak comes out of his house. All right, helicopter, come and fly over now. Now you're gone. Wow, it's actually cold out here. Love it. In May. Something ain't right, but I'll take it. My grass is going to start greening up again with all this rain. We got a soaker today. Soaker. The ground is actually soft again. No more crunchy. No more Captain Crunch. Check one. Roger that. Over and out. Return to the airport, please. Product's supposed to be good. But that stuff, see, some of them perfumes are expensive. Oh my gosh. Ooh, is it cool out? Should I go to my mailbox, get my mail wearing this get up? That ought to make a scene. It is actually cold out. I bought a rug today, man. I bought a cool rug. Check this out. Look at the colors in it. Look at this, Tans. I bought a new area rug for my bedroom. I'm gonna have to try this out. I gotta cut this. Roll it out onto my floor. I'm gonna change these out. That one's a bigger one, so it might take up more space. Put one of these in the living room. I need a mortgage. Oh, I know. Perfume is ridiculous. I even at Walmart, some of them are like $70 for a wee little bottle. I'm like, no, we're not doing that designer parfum, eh? $300. Woo! That better smell like, Le Pant, Le Pant. I don't like the traditional colognes of men. I feel like some men wear them to be alpha. I'd like to star in a movie. Braveheart, they make the men all macho and tough. I'd like to have my own movie where the big kahunas try to come after me and my clan. Ha! Look at this. Their leader's wearing woman's top. And my laugh just goes out like a belly roll. Ha! Really? So what does that mean, boys? You think I'm a girl, huh? Well, come on. Come over here and take us on. I don't think you're going to want to admit you got chased back by a bunch of girls. So you better choose your weapons wisely. Somebody was selling Avon today at the flea market. I should have stopped and checked out what she had. I didn't even think of that, Tans. $500. I am not paying that for perfume. The Kenneth Cole Black was $8. The one from Roses was $3. The mist sprays, I spray it right under my arm. I'll put on the deodorant and I'll spray this. These are $1.25 and they last a bit. With notes of pistachio and salted caramel. Wow. Have pistachio and caramel under my underarms. Neat. Really cool. Man, Hunt, what do you do for a living? You must be pulling down good money to be spending $550 for some squirt juice. Is it expensive, Tans, the Gucci? They had a Prada store in Hong Kong when I was there, and Coach. Those were high dollar purses and handbags. Oh, your mom buys it. Wow. Dude, I remember those. My dad had them. They had the camper truck, the cars. Sometimes you'll see them for sale, minus the aftershave. I remember the Avon car set and aftershave. How dry I am. How dry I am. I can't even afford to spell Prada. No, I've got the whole lineup of Captain Spice. Shoot. I got Bear Glove, Night Panther. Those are two. This is my favorite, of course, Captain. Da 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 da. The captain of my heart. Hi, Heather. How are you? Heather, they're good because I don't buy that white roll-up crap. It stains shirts and it's crap. I like the green and the blue stuff. I don't do gels. I used to use spray deodorant and then they got rid of all that. When I was in high school, it was Arid Extra Dry. And then they had Brute. I liked Brute, but when you sweated, it just made it smell like you had sex or something. It was not good. Woo, Brute. The Brute was the green roll-up stuff. Then they had Mitchum. That stuff stung your underarms when he rolled it on. Wow. Right Guard. They used to give me a hard time in the gym. Oh man, you're polluting the environment, man, using aerosol. I said, shut up, man. Is that expensive, Tans? You could put Lindbergh cheese under there. That'll drive everybody away. Unless they like Lindbergh. The all-new garlic aftershave. Guaranteed to keep all the women away from you. And we've even created an onion scent. Would you like your underarms to smell like a blunt? We've even got blunt deodorant. What they sell here at the flea market are those, we call them blunt sprays. They're pretty good at masking. These people smoke in their cars and everything, and just before a cop pulls them over, it'll neutralize the pot smell. Jupe? What's jupe? We call Calvin Klein Calvin Kling. Perfume for men. No, I like the fact they're changing the fragrances for men. We've been locked into, you got to do this or you got to do that. Okay, well, Axe cologne was terrible. Now the deodorant's good. I'm impressed with it. Axe cologne? When the kids sprayed that on the bus in Spokane when they were getting on, I'm like, oh my gosh, do not spray that in here. That is too much. I mean, that is overpowering. People that had allergies were really struggling with that Axe. Was that a perfume or a cologne, Chad? How are you, Chad? Hello, Ida. Hello, little attic mouse. Where have you been? A little attic mouse just crawled into the room. That's cute. Hello, Jacinta. Drakkar Neuer cologne. That's cool. I've never tried it. In the attic. That is cute, Tans. Mitchum for men. Dolce & Gabbana. Man, we had a guy that drove bus and transportation. He grew nails and was trying to be a woman. And he bought a handbag, $800, Michael Kors. I said, really, you spent $800 on a handbag? Yeah, I wanted it. Why? Forgive me, ladies, but he was definitely trying to transition to a woman because he was paying too much for a damn purse. A cup of tea. Let's see, I got Bigelow's spearmint. I got some ginseng. Green tea. Do I have any Earl Grey brands? Do you have Earl Grey over there? Smelly topic. Yeah, we've been talking about perfumes and stuff. And I bought this today. This is actually for women, but I love the smell. I don't like colognes. They're too musky. And this is good. This stuff is, this has a nice smell to it. And this is good stuff here. 2 for like under $4. Vitamin E cream is good stuff. This stuff's gotten expensive. I love the smell, but this is just getting ridiculous. Nivea Shea Butter is my favorite. Not long ago, not far away. La da 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 da. The captain of your heart. Everybody's got to have one of these. Come on, man. Everybody needs one of these. Do any of you have one of these? I mean, this is unique. A human heart. If it smells like cologne, leave it alone. Remember Elizabeth Taylor? Didn't she have perfumes? Johnson baby powder, really? I remember hearing of Caribou Coffee. Look, remember that face. You'll never forget it. Most wanted. Why is it? I mean, you think about, we talk about the heart. Our heart is not shaped like that. How'd they come up with this symbol for the heart? I mean, I was just wandering in my brain one day in the outer recess of the stratosphere of the cranium. So who came up with the shape of that for a heart? Elizabeth! I didn't even see you. Oops. Mint tea is the best. Absolutely. All right. You got to find your seat, kid. There you go. My bus of trolls. Lopi Luwak. You guys have a spring market in there, really? Wait a minute. Jacinta, you just said something. Yes, Mr. Pilot, how are you? I didn't even see you. Jacinta, where did the heart come from? The heart shape? What'd you say? I missed it and I'm scrolling. I can't find it. Poo filtered coffee. PBJ cologne is good for ED, self confidence, and high cholesterol. I'm not even going to ask on that one. Oh, Elizabeth, it's cold out in the yard. Are you? Wait a minute. Elizabeth, are you in Waynesboro, Georgia? like down the highway from me. No, it's lemur poop. They eat the coffee beans and the intestinal acids do something and then they harvest the poop. That's what I was told. Cat butt coffee. Oh, Pennsylvania. Okay, yeah, it's cold here today. I just went outside. It's cold. Jacinta, where'd you go? Saw that explained with pics years ago. I didn't see what you wrote though. What made them determine it was that shape? Oh, lovely bit. Yeah, I'm sorry. If it comes out of an animal's butt, I'm not eating it and I'm not drinking it. Period. Yeah, did you see that this morning? A rainy day in Georgia. It's all right, Bones. I did nothing but errands and flea market and a saltwater bath today. I know, Chad. That's what I'm thinking. I wouldn't drink that for £1,000,000. Anybody remember Joe Jackson? He had a song, Steppin' Out. You don't hear about him today. He was a good one. Just like bands, they didn't have a lot of music, but they had good stuff. I mean, they had a few good ones that stick. Carl, that's good. You know what? That's awesome. You see, you just touched on something. Let's get out the magnifying glass and have a magnifying moment. That is how we stop the sin. When you're in love with people and God and fellowship and stuff is there, church should be the place that when it's over, you're sad. I fear that most of us trudge to church. And church ought to be the highlight of our whole week where we experience God. I don't experience God in a church. I never experienced God in a church. I've experienced God in my bedroom, in this house, on a trip, but in church, I get the truth. I've heard the Spinners, but I don't remember that, Elizabeth. I know, Ida, you're missed. Look, Ida, it's cold over here, and I'm loving it. What's this? Bump something, and the thing pops up. Look at that. Keep out. This means you, matey. The captain of her heart. Who sang that? The captain of her heart. I love that song. Some cat came all the way up here and pooped, and I need to get a shovel and get rid of it. Y'all supposed to stay back there. Don't be pooping up by my house, or I'm gonna run y'all off. Cat turds suck. My homework is to listen to it. Yes, ma'am. I'm being commanded. Did you see that, folks? Not 44 here, but I know one thing, it's chilly. It's actually, I can't stand out here long. I'm getting goosebumps. Look at stuff is starting to green up already. I love that. This is really dry. Didn't need to mow it this week, though. By the way, Colette, if you're listening, this is not yucca. Somebody told me what this is because it grows the flower. I need to snip that because that flower was so beautiful last spring. I did not know they flowered. I had a big oak tree right there, just in front of that pile of big rocks. That thing was so big it covered this hole. This was all in the shade. And the leaves that would drop from that, I filled my truck and filled it and filled it and filled it just to get them out of here every year. I don't miss that at all. I miss the shade. But Helene blew from this direction. That tree would have came directly on this corner and smashed through the roof, through the kitchen, through this bedroom, through the bathroom. It would have crushed the main part of the house. It would have came right through the house. So I'm glad I got rid of that. I felt God prompting me right by this fence here, the old fence before I put up the green one. I had raked, and this was a big tree. It towered over this. I mean, it was huge. Boughs this big around over that house, over the shed, over this, and my house. I had just raked, and I was over here raking, and I heard this crack, and I looked, and a limb about 6 inches in diameter just broke off and dropped. And I thought, you know what? That could have fallen on me, and I would have been dead. And I looked right at the tree, and I said, you're done. I said, thank you for that. You're done. I need to get you out of here because you're losing limbs and there's rot. Time to go. I don't play with that stuff. And I'm glad I got rid of it. If I hadn't, that thing would have came right through here. It would have crushed right through this roof. It would have, all the way from the corner back there, would have taken this roof out. This would have been a totaled out house. No tanks, man. No tanks. I worked too hard on this house. Yes, Carl. Somebody told me what it was the other day. The devil's something. I'm like, yeah, get too close to it, you get poked. Even bought some bananas. I love bananas. Thank you. I put in this window a year ago. Love this. There was so much draft in here. That also cuts down on the heat rolling in. I taught myself to do all of that. Put in quite a few windows after I hired a company to put in windows. They did a horse crap job too. I had to take the casements out because they were all old and trim them out, and in the process, I tucked insulation in the gaps, and that cut down a lot of draft. Cat poop coffee. All right, what did you ask? Spanish bet. Outhouse, no. The shape of the heart is what? I thought it was yucca. First, somebody told me it was a cactus. Somebody said, it's not a cactus. My friend who lives here, he said it's a cactus. I thought it was yucca, but somebody said it's not a yucca. It's the devil's something because it has a bloom that comes on it once every so often, and it did. You were going to ask a question, Carl. What happened? Are you still here? Oh, oh, yeah, Carl. You know what? I'm actually starting the process of disciplining myself. Carl, sometimes I come home and I want to get right on, and I said, nope, you're going to listen to music and decompress for a while. Hi, Life of Heather. I stay out of the employee break room. I don't want to sit and eat with those cats. That's why it's better to sit in my truck. I go to the Wednesday lunch at the office because they have a preacher in there. But it depends on my mood. I like to hear the word. But you're right, Carl. We all need me time. What was that? Got to do the walk around. In this neighborhood, when I hear unidentifiable noises, I patrol the perimeter. Haven't heard gunshots in a while. I think those cats moved away. Somebody kept coming out shooting their gun every so often. Oh, that might have been somebody's horn. The boyfriend's getting ready to leave. I have not seen that lady over there. I hope she's okay. Her car has not rolled in weeks, and she's not going to the school to work every day. And it's still school time. Strange. I do watch my neighborhood, and they watch us. See. You know, I was thinking the other day, yeah, it won't happen, but if I was like to get like $1 million after taxes, I was thinking the next time I move, I'm going to make sure there's no fingerprint of where I go. I'll still do lives and stuff, but you can't tell anybody. You cannot tell people that you got a pot of money. You can't do it. It's too dangerous. Absolutely, Ida. I'm a man. I check the house. I, I have fears like anybody else, but my home is where I draw the line. This is my castle. Don't screw around over here. Colette always says, I don't like it when you go looking around. It's my home. I have to. I'm ready to face whatever. This is where the buck stops. I can't do anything about the crap at work. I can do something about here. No, Carl, you're right. I'm not offended because pastors, they get burnt out. You think about pastors, they don't take vacations. And people, I see it with my supervisor. People drain on people. When you got a pastor, even adults become little kids. Hi, Pastor. Can I talk to you? Hey, Pastor. Can I see you after? Hey, Pastor. They don't get a break. They don't get a break. That's right, Ida. Amen, Tans. You imagine being an ER doctor. How do you decompress from that? I always like movies. They give me a touch and a feel for things. Like when they'd have a disaster, like a big quake, and they're pulling bodies out of wreckage that their legs been crushed or whatever. And you'll have just ordinary citizens that don't know anything about medical. Okay, we need to triage. The worst over here, the list over here. Let's start getting stuff. We need towels, we need blankets, we need water bottles, we need t-shirts, anything that can be used as a bandage. And I love watching people in the movie where they just start. Tans may remember this. In history, we were taught that in the UK, when Germany was bombing the hell out of London, the Blitzkrieg by the German Krauts, they decided to release the people out of the mental hospitals. And something very interesting happened. Those people came out of the mental health facility and they saw that there was a need and they went into action and suddenly got better. I often wonder if that's the case with most of the problems we have today. I think narcissism causes mental disorder. And when you get out of the narcissism and you start thinking of others, you don't got time to worry about your disorders. You know what I mean? Purpose gives life. That's it. Hi, Sandra. How are you? Hi, Lisa. Thank you, Sandra, and thanks for coming on board. The more the merrier. I think we all have narcissism naturally. Why do you think Jesus said, love your neighbor as you love yourself? Why did he say that? And you hear today's quacks, and I'm going to say quacks, we got to learn to love yourself. No. That's not what the Bible verse says. It is automatic. We may have a wrong view of things, but we automatically love ourselves. You know how I know that? When you got to go pee, you go pee. When you got to go poo-poo, you go poo-poo. When you want to eat, you want to eat. When you stink and you take care of you. That's just natural in us. You may have low self-esteem, but you're going to do what you need to do to survive, right? So we naturally love ourselves. Try to love your neighbor the same way. Smart cat. Hey, Lisa, that's cool. Welcome to the channel. Oh, keyboard, I'm sorry. Are you all right? I shouldn't ask that, but are you okay? Well, Lisa, what happens is we get cumulative damage from people. People devalue us. They make us feel inferior. Those are the demons we fight for our whole life sometimes. But you still get up and feed yourself. You'll still go to bed. I'm going to rebel sleep. I hate myself. I'm not going to sleep. I'm not going to poop. I'm going to let all stuff up in my intestines until I explode like an Oompa Loompa. Gail! Well, I'm sorry, Broken. I was saying the other day, people are fickle. Ida, Oompa Loompa, Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, man. A Wonka bar with the gold wrapper around it. That book was so well written. I'm like, man, I'd like to win that too. Broken, it just goes to show us sometimes we think we know somebody and we don't. All I will do is pray, God, that you would help Broken Heart to be at peace with you, give him healing through his grief, and help him to rest in you through this time and comfort him with his loss. God, in Jesus' name we pray. Amen. And it sucks, dude. When you're into somebody and they're not as much, and you just that's a cop out. I've seen a lot of women come up with that. I'm like, no, they want to leave. They got something else going on, but they turn it around and leave it on your doorstep. Oh, well, you're going to leave me. You're going to get bored of me. She's probably monkey branching. She's in a relationship with you, but she saw somebody she likes more. I'm not trying to hurt you, but I'm sorry. There's a lot of that today. Lot. Summer's gonna come a swinging, folks. Don't play with summer or you'll get burned. See, you kind of knew then. And women do that. I'm sorry, ladies, I gotta address this. A lot of women, I've seen them do that crap to me. They'll say something implying it's his fault. And they'll wander off. Well, I just think you're gonna get bored of me and leave me anyway. Good, I'm gone now. I can go back to my ex-boyfriend. They know what they're doing. Games people play in the middle of the night. Crazy. Why don't you just tell the truth? I don't love you anymore. I ran out of gas. My eyes are wandering onto somebody else. Saturday night, I'm tired. See, I'll say I look young, but I notice I'm not a night owl. I'm a very early bird, but I'm not a night owl. Broken, hang in there, man, and just pray. Take your grief to God. It's okay, man. Well, thank you, Graham. I appreciate that. That's true, but I got that term from John Griffin. He has a YouTube channel and he referred to women monkey branching. And I thought, wow, I never thought about that. And it's true. I look back, I know a lot of people that do that. 7:15, Jacinta. I'm on Eastern Standard Time. You're in. Summer, where are you again? Oh, which island are you on, Jacinta? You told me this. San Diego, that's right. I was going to say California. All right, folks. Something's telling me to hang it up for the night. Grand Cayman Islands. Jacinta, that is so cool. Island time. You guys have a good evening. You too, Summer. Everybody, have a good night. Be safe. Sweet dreams. The cartoons laugh when they snore. So funny. You too, Uranium. I didn't even see you. Ida, thanks for coming in. Aaron, I didn't see you sneak in either. Guys sneaking in by like a bunch of mice. All right, you guys have a good evening. Till next time.